Hello, welcome to Kevlar's Quest, the Modern Life podcast. I'm Kevin Ejezie. Today's quest is Signals of Struggle, the hidden language of mental health. Signals of struggle, the hidden language of mental health. Let's start with a simple idea. When someone is hurting inside, it's not always easy to show it. If I walk up to you and say, I'm in pain, my thoughts are chaotic. I don't know how much longer I can take it. You might not take me seriously. Why? Because if I can explain it so clearly, maybe it doesn't sound as bad as I claim. The way I say it clashes with the message itself. But if I stop showering, stay in bed all day, or cry without reason, and then say I'm fine, you wouldn't believe my words. You will believe my behavior. That's the paradox. When words and actions don't match, people trust the actions. So for deeper suffering, words alone aren't enough. People end up showing their pain through behaviors that break social norm, just enough to signal I need help. But not so extreme that they are dismissed as completely unstable. This is where the symptom pool comes in. Think of it as a collection of ways people often unconsciously express emotional pain. Nobody controls it, but everyone influences it, and it changes with culture and time. That's why mental illness looks different across history. Some symptoms fade away completely, like glove paralysis or hysterical pregnancy, which were common in the 1880s, but are unheard of today. If these were purely biological, they wouldn't just vanish. Culture plays a huge role. Here's the tricky part. Sometimes we unintentionally add new signals into the symptom pool. Awareness campaigns, for example, can shape how people express distress. A powerful case happened in Hong Kong in the 1990s. Western psychiatrists came to raise awareness about anorexia, describing it as a rare but serious illness that mostly affected young, educated women. Their intentions were good, but after the campaign spread, anorexia cases exploded by 2,500% in exactly the group they described. A condition that was almost non-existent suddenly became widespread. Why? Because the campaign didn't just inform, it taught young girls a new way to communicate distress, one tied to status and identity. Doctors, with all their authority, unintentionally linked anorexia to privilege and courage. And while the suffering was real, the way it spread showed how powerful the symptom pool can be. There is another layer here. Secondary gain. That's when suffering brings hidden benefits like attention, care, or even admiration. In Hong Kong, girls with anorexia were told they shouldn't be judged, but instead cared for, praised for their bravery, and often excused from school. None of this was conscious manipulation, but the cultural message was clear. Suffering could also bring recognition, and young people, especially adolescents, were the most vulnerable to these signals. This isn't just history, it still happens today. Awareness campaigns can help, but they can also unintentionally spread new ways of suffering. The lesson isn't to stop talking about mental health, it's to be mindful of how we talk about it, because the way we frame suffering doesn't just describe reality, it can shape it. So here's the takeaway. Invisible pain needs a language, and the symptom pool is how people find it. But that language is shaped by culture, by authority, and by the signals we send. If we are not careful, we can accidentally teach people new ways to suffer. The challenge for us today is to build awareness about awareness itself, to recognize both the power and the risks of the messages we spread. Because in the end, mental health isn't just about biology, it's about communication, culture, and the ways we learn to show our struggles. And if we understand that, maybe we can create a world where people don't have to break themselves to be heard. Okay, that's our quest for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. Someone out there needs to hear this message, maybe someone like you. Let's spread strength and clarity to those navigating this journey. We will talk more in future episodes. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and take care.